Hey traders, John Howell here. Today we're going to be looking at, there's a pattern that's been forming across the markets. I've been noticing a lot lately. It formed on gold and it hit its target. It formed on the crypto market. I'm pretty sure it was either Ethereum or Bitcoin, but we're going to get to that. Not only did the pattern form, but it hit its target. And then also last night I was trading oil on the intraday basis, had a beautiful trade on oil. And then that also formed this pattern, and guess what? And it also hit its target. So I've been seeing this pattern everywhere, guys, and the targets have been hit. So let me just share what that is. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. I am giving away, that's right, this video here is sponsored by me. And I'm giving away for free my whole my breakthrough trading course. If you're struggling with the trading right now, if you're having a hard time, maybe it's you're losing a lot of trades, you're not sure why, you're making a lot of mistakes, then phase number one's for you. Chart reading, learn how to read the charts, trading systems, and so much more. So again, guys, it's about close to 10 hours worth of training in that course. You're gonna get it for free, absolutely free, no strings attached. I'm doing it because I want to give back to you guys and I want to help you guys. So, as I said, the video is sponsored by me. So, link in the description, guys, or go to johnsfreegift.com. Let's have a look at these markets. So, I've been noticing that there's been double tops and double bottoms all over the place lately. Like, they're screaming at me lately. So, let me actually just bring up a blank chart here for a minute. And let's actually bring up gold. And look at this here. So I noticed that gold was and did form a double top. Look at this here. We formed a top here, and then the market ran down, came right back up, and then formed what? Another top through here. So we formed a double top right here, and then it hit its target. Now, what is its target? Well, what you do is this, okay? So let's actually take everything off the screen here for a minute. What you do is this. You measure from the high. And again, I'm going to share with you oil last night. I can't believe it. I had a beautiful trade, a nice successful trade on oil because I trade the intraday charts as well. And then also happened in crypto. So we have this small little double bottom, and it's said to say if we break this neckline here, then what you do is you measure from the high of this sort of the double top here. And you project that down to the bottom there. And what you do is you want to project that down through to there. And then that right there is where the market is likely to go to on the double top. And as you can see, right, it actually had a double top. And when it broke it through there, you can see that the projection was there and it actually hit its target. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little double top there. Now let me actually bring up this chart here. And I'm going to share with you now the Bitcoin. It was a Bitcoin, Bitcoin or Ethereum, one of those. Let's actually have a look at Bitcoin first. It was one of those that I saw recently. And yes. So Bitcoin, I know there's one on Ethereum. Let's actually use the Ethereum example. There was two there. Here you go. Right? You can see I've already drawn it out there. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful pattern, right? So look at this here. So we have the one bottom. And we have the bottom through here. And then we have the middle bit, which is called the neckline. You can see it's also developing a triangle pattern too, but let me actually just take that off the screen there. So we can see there's a double bottom, right? We have a bottom, there's double tops and double bottoms, and the middle bit here is called the neckline. And then what you do is this, is that you can see here that one bottom, two bottom, neckline. It's said to say once we break above this level here on the neckline, then what you do is you get a trend line and you measure from the top of that, and then you measure it to the down to the bottom of where this neckline is, which is right down that you can see. Okay, you can see basically there. And then you want to project that up there, and then it's said to say that there's a high probability chance. I reckon probably a 70% probability. Again, I don't trade this myself, but I've just noticed it a lot lately that once it actually breaks it, just like gold did, right? You can see here, once it actually broke it, then it actually ran straight to it. And look where it's actually having problems right now. We're having a lot of problems around that. So it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern there. And now let's actually go back to oil again. And again, I was trading oil last night. Myself on the 5-minute charts. And let's actually just go back in time, go back to last night. And we can see, all right, so you can see how right here. All right, so let me take this moving average off the screen here, right? So look at this here. So firstly, I had a trade. My trade was here. So it was, I like to trade breakouts. And again, in that free trading course, phase number 3, I actually teach you my trading system. But I got in on this breakout bar because the breakout bar told me we're now likely to go for a run. And we did. So I had a very, very, very nice successful trade through there. And then I watched it. And as you can see, look at this here. Look what was happening. We had what? Let me just move this trend line up to the top up here. So that was the top there. Look what happened. We actually we bounced off, didn't we? We actually had a low, a high low. We had a bit of a double top. So now what do? We measure from the bottom through there to there. And now let's actually draw a trend line. Right, going to draw the trend line from the high. So now we've got a bit of a double top to the low. And it's said that right now we've got a double top. If we don't break past this high up here, and then we project this down through to there, there's a high probability, a very high probability that if we break that, we are now likely to, let me just create another trend line. We are now likely to at least get back down to this level through here. And so let me open up this chart a bit more. So again, this is just a 5-minute chart, guys, but it's an amazing pattern, right? We have on gold, we have the double top formation, and this pattern's been working amazing actually for quite some time. I'm just noticing this pattern everywhere now. I don't know why, but 1 top, 2 top, and then as you can see, it started to, and then we had the breakdown, and then look what happened. It actually came down, it actually respected it there, and then eventually it actually came down and hit the target. And look what happened. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Notice how we actually came right down. We actually found support right at the target there, which is actually not a support level back here. It's no, actually, is it a support level? They've actually just double checked that. No support. Oh, there's actually a little bit of support back here. But as you can see, right, it was actually the projected target, and then we bounced off, and then we actually started doing its thing. So these double tops, guys, this here can be an incredible, incredible trading pattern for you. You know, like if, and how you would trade this, how could you turn this into a trading system, right? Because that's all trading is. Firstly, this is the way I would turn this into a trading system. If you are trading this, you would wait for the break. So you'd wait for the break. Just say you got a breakout bar like that there. You wait for the breakdown. So you get in there. You'd have a stop above here, and then your target will be down there. So it'd be roughly a 1-to-1. Roughly 1-to-1 through there. And you would have a 1-to-1. And I reckon 70% of the time, you're going to get that. You're going to get, 70% of the time, you're going to get a profit. So if you took, let's say throughout the whole year, you took 100 of these trades, right? 70 of them are going to not do well. 70% of them are going to do well, maybe even higher. And then 30% are not. Okay? And then especially if you're doing a 1-to-1, or sometimes you can do a bit more than 1-to-1, then you can actually see that there, right? Or what you could do is that you can say, you know what, as soon as we get triggered down through to here, as soon as we actually break this neckline, I want to be filled, and then I want to have like a stop, maybe next above the high up here, so you might have this one here. So that'll be your risk. And now what you've done is that's now your risk, and that may even decrease your win-loss ratio, because sometimes it might come back down and come back up. But once we break it, your risk might be there, and then this is your profit. So you might now have a 2 to 3-1 profit compared to your risk. Makes sense? Same for the Ethereum chart. Let me actually go back to the daily Ethereum chart, and let's actually go back to here, bring it up there. So how you would measure that is that, okay, then cool. If we actually found a lot of resistance through here, once we actually break above it, I want to be in. And then you might have a stop down here somewhere. That might be your risk, because if it gets back down to here, then you want to be out. And then this is going to be your target. And as you can see, that's there. That there is probably, what is that? That's probably the stop. 1, 2, so 3. So let's say that hold there is your risk. And then so that's say 1 risk there to 1, because it's there. So it's 1 risk to 1, 2, 3.5. So 3.5 profit compared to your 1 risk. So if you can start to see these sort of trades coming up, right, before you know it, you could be 50-50 right, and at the end of the year, you have 100 of these trades, and you make a lot of money with these trades. So there we go, guys. But as I said, but the big thing here, guys, is just understand that it's just like any system there. So risk 1% of your account on every single one of these trades. Do your back testing, do your research, and also understand that any system like this can have 1, 2, 3, or even 4 losses in a row, and it still be normal, because you're probably going to get a lot of the trades. But anyway, guys, that's a little update from me there. I hope you enjoyed this here. This is just one pattern I'm noticing. It happened on gold and happening across the markets there. And if you enjoyed this sort of stuff, then just make sure you grab that free trading course, guys. I know you're going to love it. Again, phase number 1 is all about helping you and teaching you about what goes into a good trader, because you can learn the system, right? Like I just taught you a trading system. You run with that. I promise you, come back next year, have good risk management. You're going to kick ass, take names, kiss babies. Okay, simple, but that's the easy part. What's the hard part? It's that understanding what goes into a good trader, the consistency, discipline, all that sort of stuff. So that's that foundations, right? And the biggest mistakes you're making, that's stopping you. And then phase number 2 is all about chart reading, like how to actually read the charts to take the confusion out. Who's in control, what's happening, and so on and so forth, right? Things like we're talking about right now, when it comes to, when it comes to this sort of market through here. And if I go to, if I talk about like even gold, I remember there was actually a double bottom trade that actually happened back here. Look at this back here. And now I'm talking with the actual markets here. Here we go again, all right? So we have a top. We have a bottom. There's a little breakout there. It pulled back a little bit, broke up. The projected level for this here would be from that there. So there's the double bottom through there to there. Okay. You project that up once we actually start to break up, which we did through there. We actually broke up, and then you find the projected target for that is that right there. And as you can see, that's actually where it found a lot of target through there. So again, it's just a really, 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 really awesome target through there, guys. And again, just design a system around it. I'm not telling you what to do, but you can design a system. You might say, okay, 50% of the channel is going to be my stop, because if I do that on the breakout, then that's going to be my there. And if I know if that's my risk and that's my target, I'm always going for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Makes sense? So, but you might even go for 1-for-1. You might even just do something like that, 1-for-1, and then be okay with that. So, but again, guys, what I'm talking about here, right, is just design the system yourself, right? Come up with the system yourself, or set of rules yourself that you believe in, and you're going to do really, really well.